this because oftentimes you and I will discuss something here and I'll say, oh yeah, Rachel, don't worry about it. We can do that. Oh yeah, we can do that. And then we get off the phone and you'll send me an email later and say, hey, what about all that stuff?
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
I'm like, I never told you that, Rachel. Whatever you said, I never said. So this actually is for your protection more than my own. But just don't say anything bad about your political rivals or anything like that, because we may put this on Facebook later.
Okay, go Big T.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go look at these open houses, Rachel. I think there's some issues there. So IDX Broker, just kind of as a caveat here, in the background, IDX Broker is working on the data and trying to figure out what the deal is with your MLS, and I sent that back to you. So a couple things are that sometimes those things can be a little tricky, and then sometimes they have to kind of get it into their work queue. So, you know, we sent it to them. I want to say it was about Thursday or Friday of last week, as I remember, but you know, it may take them till Monday or Tuesday to even start working on it, and then you know they'll send something to the MLS. They got to wait to get that back, and there may be a little back and forth to get that set up. But meanwhile, let's see what you and I can do. And let me pull up these that you had mentioned.
And I don't have that list in front of me, but I can recreate it.
No, I should have it here. You sent. Let's see. This, I think you and I may have had a couple of threads going here. So
a couple of different ways we can approach it. Okay. Right now, I talked to Paragon. I called them last week and talked to them about the MLS feed and told them that I was, you know, I had all these print reports I created in the last 10 to 15 years. I've got, you know, printouts by city for open houses, so I can link every week. I upload to like LinkedIn and Google My Business, you know, a little graphic with links to various open houses, and I usually use bit.ly links on those so I can track them. Okay. Well, first of all, the way it is now, I can do a county only. I don't think I can even do city. I maybe be able to do city, I don't remember. But I can't do like acreage. I can't do style of home. I can't do 3-stall garages or under 99. There's nothing to do with price. So, I mean, I know if I went in and I dumped that data into the MLS all fields data and linked it by the MLS number, then I should be able to pull up more data so I can do that, you know, if I want to do by house style or something. That's not really a good example because I don't usually do that, but like I do condos, I do acreages over 1 acre, you know, whatever. So right now I'm pretty much limited to city and county.
Let's take a look at one of these, and maybe I can make some. So I just put on, there's a little chat window here on Zoom, and I on that chat window I put the 6 that you sent me. Let's start at the bottom because I think that one may be the easiest one. So let me. So we're gonna. You're using them as these pages, like the ones that you can see on my screen right now, right? This is what we want to make as another.
I've never done anything with the screen you're on.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, let me show you how it works. This is where all the good stuff happens.
Because I just hired somebody to do my site, and then she ditched me, and then I've been sitting around and, you know.
No, this is, you're going to love this. So,
I'm going to shut down this graphic.
So what I'm going to do is that like I said, we're going to record this, and then I'll share the link with the recording with you. And then you can take a look at this, and once you see how we do this, you're going to say, oh, I can make 1 million of these. These are great. I know exactly how to do it. Let's make one, and I'll just show you. You log into IDX Broker. You go down under Design, And then there's one called Save Links. And again, you're going to have this all in this video. So this is,
Okay.
and then we're going to create a link. And what we want to do is you pick a search window that you want to use. Since we're doing the under 99, and we're going to say that's going to be like residential real estate, I'm actually just going to use the basic search. That's going to make it pretty easy for me. And there's all these options here, but I'm just going to put a max price, and I'm going to just put 99,000. I think I have to click that. And then if you want this to be only open houses, then I can click has an open house. So do you want me to do that or not do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So let me just clarify this. So if I don't put has an open house, we'll probably get like 100 listings. If I put has an open house, we'll probably get 5 listings.
Okay.
Which of those would you prefer?
Well, if we're making a link for open houses, doesn't it?
Yep. Has an open house then. Yep. I just wanted to verify it. We're making these open houses.
Okay.
So then you get to sort by whatever. We're just going to put newest listings. Back in the good old days, we used to put everything like most expensive or least expensive. But I actually think now, as I've been doing this a little while, we have some clients that'll show like most expensive listings. And then what they end up with, which isn't going to happen in this case because we have a price thing. But if we say open houses in Miami, well, we're always going to be showing those 8 homes over $25 million because they're never going to sell. Right. And so when people look at those, they're like, oh, well, Rachel's got these same stinking homes because they don't scroll down far enough to get out of the 25 million stuff. So anyway, let's see. We're going to click this, see results in a new window so we can see kind of what this looks like for us. Yeah, no results.
Because the tour, the sort by open or the refinement, this is my guess, but the refinement on the previous screen doesn't meet. Now it's called tour open.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So it doesn't have anything for us to, that open house doesn't exist anymore. Okay,
I see what you're saying. Okay, so that's the huge issue. So let me save this one, and then we'll just use this as an example one, and we'll just.
But I could use that to say, gee, which ones were just listed? You know, if I wanted to do I could select early, you know, the listing date, correct? And I could say, hey, here's the 99,000 houses since yesterday, or.
Yeah, so we can do that. I could have put max days listed, but I didn't. So this is going to be all. So here's what we're going to do. All homes under 99 because I'm already committed now to this search.
Okay, that's fine.
Sense. And then I can put in here, keywords aren't used much anymore by Google, but I'd put something like homes in, how would I describe your area?
Well, is it better to start with like we're rural, and so I serve probably 3 to 4 counties, but 2 counties generally. Okay. So is it better to do the cities or the counties or the zip codes?
And for this example, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but you can add that later. Do you want to give me a couple county names and I'll type them in here?
Blackhawk County, 2 words. Yeah, Blackhawk is 2 words.
Oh, okay. I'm not that good at math, so.
That's all right. And Bremer, B-R-E-M-E-R.
Did you say that?
Just no I.
Okay. So I'm not good at math or spelling, and so now
me neither.
Okay.
Well, actually, I suck at math. I'm good at spelling. Okay. Homes under.
Okay, so this isn't. You probably want to work on that a little bit.
Would that need to say Iowa in it, just because, or? I don't know much about meta tags.
Well, I'm actually not that. I'm not really an SEO guy, but yeah, it's fine. You can actually, when you make these, you can actually assign these to your specific agent. So if you say, hey, we're doing all the homes over by the lake, which is where Heather lives, then we could just assign these to Heather, and all those leads kind of go to her. So
I see.
anyway, let's go back. So I hit that, and instead of creating another link, we're going to look at this one. So I can see there's 1 out of 25. There's 32 entries. So let's go to the next page. Uh-oh, where is this? Oh, here it is, all homes under 99. So I'm going to click that open. There we go. And this actually looks like it's sorting by price range, if you see that.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to go, I guess somehow I probably didn't set the setting or something like that, but I'll come back over here to search. Oh, I probably just looked at it. Let's see. There we go, newest listings. I didn't do that. And like you say, I can put here 7 days. Now we'll just kind of tweak this a little bit.
We'll have fewer. Yeah, that's good. Then we'd have fewer.
Well, and that may be too short in your area.
Might,
I could,
yeah.
Should I put 14 days or
yeah, I would
days?
say 14 is, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to update that. And you can also set in here, let me show you one other thing. You can
Of course,
also,
it says newest listings, and then we put a date of 14. Isn't that kind of redundant? Would you necessarily?
What it does is it's going to show all of the newest ones first. So the ones from 14 days ago are going to be at the bottom of the
bottom. Gotcha.
So I'll be honest with you, Rachel. This is the way I feel. But I used to be a real estate agent in Northwest Arkansas, so I was a little distance away from you. But
in the Bull Shoals Lake area,
actually, by Rogers, Bentonville, Fayetteville, Beaver Lake area.
Yeah, my in-laws. Well, my mother. They built new in Flippin.
Okay.
And
that's
we
kind of a little further down the road from where I am. I was working in Walmart land was basically what I did.
It is Walmart land.
But so what I was going to say is that when you make these results pages, that first one we made had, I think it said 167 results, and now we've kind of dialed it in a little bit to 18. For some people, I actually think this is a really good way to do it because I don't want to see 167 results.
Basically, right. I want to see just exactly.
Yeah. So I want, this is what I want to see. I don't want to see those old ones that have been stagnant. Hey, look at this, 69 grand for this place. You know, now this is something we can kind of sink our teeth into a little bit. But these are fantastic. These are beautiful. I live in an area in southern Utah that's growing really fast, and our housing is just crazy. I can't believe how expensive it is. But I think people are trying to keep up with California here.
Yeah. No, we can still buy a lot of house for 100 grand.
Yeah, that looks like a fantastic place. I was just looking at places in Chicago the other day, and you can get some pretty beautiful old architecture for probably in some rough neighborhoods, but beautiful architecture for low prices.
Oh, and those are what get my heart all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how we make one for 99,000. Again, now what I want to do is I'm going to make a new one here.
Hang on just a second. Hang on just a second. So I've got this link. Now I didn't see my name down at the list as to who to assign it to, but how do I? If I send this link or I create a post with this link, do I need a landing page for that?
That's a great question. Let me show you. This is a really good question. So what I would do is
because I would like to set them up so they're kind of, like right now you go to Cedar Falls Homes, Waterloo Homes, this Homes, or all homes, and I could see maybe, I want to make changes. I've been wanting to make changes on the front page of my site for a long time, and I would like to make some of those choices more provocative than just the standard choices, like.
So I can send you the link through the chat, Rachel, so you can get to that page right there later. And let me show you something.
Chat for what?
To that safe search that we made.
Okay.
But let me show you something. When I come back in here to edit this again, and I'll send you the link on the email. to where this is up here where these saved links are. But when I come back to preferences, you can see where it has a subheader. And now I can actually start, welcome to
Actually, I really would like to add those other counties, which I think I can do now, but.
Okay, I'll send these to you. And you
Mhm.
can, what I just wanted to show you is, and you can put in this, you can put in a picture.
Mhm.
So say for example, here's a lovely picture on your page. So we get this, and I want to put that in right here. And then I can put, you know, we are always here to help you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now, and you can kind of, there's a little, you can adjust the size of this. Like if this looks kind of
Sure.
cranked down a little bit, and you can, change the, the bold and all these settings. There's a million settings in here. But when we reload this page, now we have something like this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's I mean, that's basically how to make all these pages. And I'll be super honest with you, Rachel. We prefer that you make as many of these. We can make them for you. We charge to make them. It usually takes about 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever, depending on how much but you want us to do. But if you think about it, when we come in here and make these, we're going to misspell Blackhawk because we're going to
Right.
one word, and we're going to make all these screw ups, and you're going to have to send us 20 emails to get this to say what you want it to say.
Right.
And then we're going to want to charge you for doing it in the first place. And then we're thinking, okay, so she paid us for 10 minutes to make this thing. And now we've spent, another 3 hours going back and forth on email with her. This is frustrating for Rachel and for us.
Sure.
If you do it yourself, you save money, you save time, and usually we're all a little bit happier. So I would recommend that. If you really want us to do it, we're happy to do it.
No, I've just never seen that before. And I'm self-taught in pretty much everything I do. Okay. So I'm not afraid of it, but I've never dealt with it. My bigger concern is what about the data and how I can link these, to get the data I want, like I used to have.
Well, let me do one other one here. Let's do this new construction one. And what I'm going to do, that first one, I used a basic search. Let's do this one using the advanced search tool. That gives us just some more options. And you mentioned something that there was a tour, right? It's calling it a tour now. So let me, so here's construction. I mean, there's actually a new construction thing here.
Yeah, I've never used that on a search. I always use the year built.
Okay, well, let's do that.
That's interesting. I've never seen new construction.
So we can do, so here's Blackhawk and Bremer, and then give me the other 3 county names that you want.
Yes, okay. Butler, Butler.
Okay.
And Buchanan, yep.
Yeah, there it was.
And then Grundy, Grundy.
Okay. And then, so let's make this.
Oh, there's an acreage.
Yeah, there's acres. So you can set that here. This is, I was
just thinking ahead for my acreage.
Yeah. Oh, and here's down here, you can set it like we want between 5 and 10 acres. This is a minimum. This gives you a little range here.
Okay.
So we're going to come down here and we're going to skip this, and we're just going to put 2019. And again, you can go through here and really new construction homes, and you can change all of this information. Again, you know, you put some pictures and you can put,
Okay. Well, then I might just need some help for formatting or whatever, because I will play with this and, you know, until I get proficient.
well,
I
and
might have some things that don't look very good.
yeah, well, it's all good. I mean, so you do this, like, look at this. Here we go, new homes. And I think you have kind of a little bit of an orangey
Yeah,
tint right here.
I
So
like my orange.
let me get my color picker here. That's F79200.
And that may not be the one I want, but that's fine. I appreciate it.
Well, and we're just, this is kind
Yeah,
of
we'll link in with what's in there.
a proof of concept here. So now I forgot what I said here. Let's see, F79900. So F79900. Let's see if that's the color we're looking for. There we go. And then I'll, you know, I'm going to bold this, and this is probably going to look kind of crazy. And we'll check your agent information here in a second. So, did that save? That didn't look like it saved to me. Okay. Yep. Can't use that name.
There you go.
So I just added a little something there.
Yeah. Differentiate it.
So let's see, new construction homes. Again, this is, I'm not saying this is what you have to do, but you know, you can start tossing stuff in there. There's 51 results.
If I wanted something other than the map to show at the top, what are my choices there?
Well, so I can actually remove the map on all the saved searches. Do you want me to do that?
Not necessarily. I mean,
Okay.
I like maps, but I just was curious if there were other options.
So it's an on or an off for the map.
Okay.
And if you decide you don't want the map, I can send you a code snippet. And what I think we would do is right here. No, I don't want to do it there. I'd go back to edit preferences, and how would I do this? Well, there's actually, maybe it's a little more complex than I thought it was, but I'd actually come back over here to design and custom CSS. And when I open that, I can go to these saved links, and this is the one we made. And I can put in, I'm just going to show you this one just for fun. This should say, once I show you how to do this, you can do it on any of them with the same right here. I have to get this exact little thing. So anywhere you put this on any of those saved linked pages, again, you'll see it in the video.
Okay.
It should, let's everybody cross their fingers here and let's reload this page.
Drum roll.
There we go.
Okay, so then in that case,
it didn't remove. So let's try one more thing. And I may not have saved it down here at the bottom now that I'm thinking about it, but maybe I did. Okay, so new construction homes, 2019, yeah. Let's reload it. There we go. Now it's gone.
Okay.
So, and if you say, well, you know what,
okay,
now I really do want the map back, then you just erase that.
Okay.
And so while we're in here, let me look at this with your featured IDs and see why we're not seeing your.
Really?
You're probably consider yourself pretty important over there.
Well, I am the boss.
Okay, so you're here. Should I add any of these other people, by the way?
You can take out everybody but who is checked.
Okay, so those somehow those are coming in. So those guys will just not show up.
Yeah, they're in the history of the MLS probably, so there they are.
Okay, so let's zap those guys and let's go over here to users. And yep, oops, I hit the wrong button. So let's go back. Let's import. And so we'll add you and John.
Actually I have 3, Heather, Kim, John, and me.
Okay,
so there's 4 of us.
I think that those other ones are already here. Let's take a look.
Well, I remember putting them in long ago.
Yeah, so there. Yeah, so I just put John doubles. So that was a mistake. So let me delete him for some reason. Wait a minute. I don't know why it gave us the option. So anyway, I'll just delete John here. Okay, so now you're back on here, which is important. And so when we go back to these saved links, and we edit the preferences, just like that.
Okay. Now, is the same true if I just went to the saved links through the design, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then if I wanted to go in and alter any of those previous searches?
Yeah.
Because that lady did them for me. I didn't know how simple it was, you know.
Yep.
But I could go in and change all of those, take some out.
Sure.
What's the wrapper CSS? I've seen that, but I don't know what that means.
So this is actually 2 different things. This is set the wrapper and change the CSS. So let's look at the wrapper is the layout that brings the design from your page in here. So if you had another page that maybe didn't have all these menu items.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to get away from.
Yeah, so you could make I'll tell you the truth, Rachel, probably the easiest thing is if you make a new page on your site that doesn't have all this stuff, just then if you want to send it to me, we need to add a piece of code to it once you get it the way you want it, and then you can use it as a page wrapper.
And I would do that with the HostGator, the WordPress.
Yeah, on the WordPress side, you'll set that up.
And that's all Greek to me, but I might be able to figure it out. Okay.
And if not, just tell us, say, you know what, I want you to make me a page on WordPress that doesn't have this and this and this, and then we can make it for you, and then we can set it as the wrapper on those.
Okay.
And the CSS was just what we were doing. This is kind of a wonky way to get around it. You have to click on that button, and then you go click over here where it says Save Links. And now you can, again, like say you say, well, we don't want to show the map just as an illustration over here on the all homes under 99. So I'm just going to copy paste the don't show the map code. And, and now,
how many items on the home page do you think are good to?
I'll tell you what, I think, so that's a great question. When I do searches myself, Rachel, and I'm looking through property, I'll actually switch it to show like 100 because I don't want to flip through a bunch of pages and get confused. But I think that the 25 per page is actually really good from a user standpoint because it makes your page load faster than if you make it load all 100 listings. But you just have to, and it's probably not earth-shatteringly important one way or the other. So I wouldn't, does that make, sometimes people think like they're going to be #1 on Google for Miami real estate. If
no, I don't have any. And
they're going to be, so
I'm kind of anti-Google anyway.
Yeah. So I don't think, you know, you might hit up a few of your clients if you're talking to them with your website. Say, let me ask you a question. Do you like that where it has 25 on a page, or would you rather have 100? But
yeah,
you might end up getting like a 50-50 split, and then I don't think it matters.
Okay, well, what I really meant was like if I design a new homepage like you were suggesting,
Uh-huh.
how many items do you think? I mean, there's like 50 million things to choose here. So I would rather it have fewer choices and more visual choices, like the way the homepage is set up.
Right here, is this what you're
Yeah,
talking
Cedar
about?
Falls. I'm more of a visual person.
Yeah, so that
So I'd
is a good question. We're gonna make a video. I actually made one this morning, but it hosed out on my computer, and we'll send it over to you about how to make those images small so they load quickly. But I like the way you have it here. I would probably do these 4 up at the top because then it's
Yeah.
not too cluttery. But when you get down here, I mean, I wouldn't feel shy about doubling that or even making it
Okay.
24 of those. Like you say, if your market is people that are high tech people in Silicon Valley, they want to use just the power search tools probably. But if you're selling to my mother-in-law and my mom,
Right.
they don't want to dig and try. They want to click right here and see all the homes with on
That's
the
the way I look at it. Yeah. And this is one of the searches I know needs to be changed is the golf course homes and the water view front. They were never supposed to be called that, but that's okay.
But if you have one that's lake properties and you have another one that's river properties,
Lake and river. Riparian.
Yeah.
Do you have riparian rights?
Yeah, there we go. But I think that the more, like if you have acreage, like you have 1 plus, you know, you might even be able to click this off to another page that's actually acreage doesn't have an S.
Yes, I know.
But Megan's on here and she's our creative writing genius, and if she would correct that. But
yes, I can come in and do some work. I can help out.
Great. This newest listings banner, see, I think that would look good up at the top too.
Which is where this right here.
That, I think that got buried in the bottom and that should be up to the top, you know. I like maybe under this first 4 city thing.
Yeah. Well, people are looking for properties. So I think the sooner you get them to properties, the better it is.
Exactly. Like I'd like to get rid of the big picture. I don't want the big picture look.
This right here?
That's just a place saver. That's just dumb to me.
Okay.
There's no use for that.
Okay.
I mean, to me, those should be actionable areas like open house link or meet Rachel or, you know.
So one way to, if you want to
tour my office,
fast and furious, you want to put something really short and sweet here. I mean, I think instead of a slider, I'd probably put one picture that's indicative of your area. And then right now, let's start diving into maybe these communities is a good thing. That I like the feature, those newest listings right here. And then this real estate listings by property type. Like I said, I wouldn't feel shy about putting even like 24 of those down there. Because that really allows, it makes it like an easy.
Exactly. If I could, it would all be image based, you know, you click an image and you go see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So who can help me with I don't even know how to go in and change the logo on my site. I mean, I just don't know how. It does. I'm sure once I saw it, I could probably figure it out. But like, now that I have 3 other agents, I want to get my main name off of that logo. I want to replace that, and I want to. Oh, and I'd also like to start a blog because I've been using Google My Business for posts, and I don't know if I can, you know, attach that to Google My Business or, you know, how I can make use of that. You guys might not be the ones to ask, but I just.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you our quick sales pitch here, Rachel, which is, I think if you're going to be changing a lot of stuff on your website, I think you need to look in your area for somebody like at the university, or ask around and see if there's somebody locally that does good work for people. We charge $100 an hour, and a I'll tell you this, we are really good at this, but a lot of the stuff that people need changed, like, you know, changing this around or doing that, there are things that like building those safe searches. Obviously you just saw how to do that with the video. You can do all that yourself instead of paying us $100 an hour to do that.
Right.
Or you can get somebody in your office to do it. I'll never forget when I was a real estate agent, I had a brand new WordPress website. This is about 10, 12 years ago in Arkansas. And I was on a call kind of like what you and I are doing right now with a guy. And I asked him, what would you charge me to change my logo right here? Here's my new logo.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I do it for $100. I'm serious. And this was 10 years ago or 12 years ago. This is before I knew how to do all this stuff.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I needed it done. And I tried and I couldn't figure it out. And so I just said, okay, let's do it. I gave him $100. I'm not kidding you. While we're on the phone, 5 minutes later, he's like, okay, it's done. And I kind of felt gypped by that, to be honest with you. So
well,
what I would consider is if you don't have somebody locally that you like, if you'd like to hire us to do some of this stuff, I think we'll try to get Megan to work with you on this. But I would just give us a punch list of some of the things, or even if you made a little YouTube video and say, hey, I want you guys to change this logo. I want to change this to say that, and I want to switch this over here or whatever.
Well, remember one of the first things that we talked about was getting my agents on here, and you said, well, they are on there, but yet where are they? You know, I don't see them.
So I'll show you where they are.
I just didn't see a place to go where they are.
Well, let's see where they are. There they are. So while we're here, we also have these layouts. I'm going to switch one of yours real quick. And we actually have another meeting that we're supposed to hop on. Let me check a couple of these and see if we can update a couple of these real quick for you. So I'm going to switch your map. Let me show you what your map search looks like real quick. This is what it looks like right now.
Okay.
This is what I would propose that we do with it. So now it will look more like this. And then I'll have one of my developers fix these
Absolutely.
images.
Yeah.
So that we'll, maybe Megan, if you could make a note of that, just so that they can fix that.
And what's that called?
Sure.
So we just need to resize those images. That's on us, Rachel. We're not gonna, that's part of our support stuff. So we have a code snippet we need to put in there to make it look good. And then when we click on your properties, so you have this layout, which is kind of the basic one right now. And what I would suggest is that we move this link our call may go away. Just hop back on if it does. Let me switch this real quick. But we can switch from that to any of these layouts that we have. This is one that I like. Well, so it switches from this to that.